Twitch event. I'm Rob.
And I'm Steve.
Are you ready for this?
Oh, I'm all ready. I got my white shirt with my sparkles on it, and I'm ready to jam it out.
You liking this little? So right now, as you can see, we're watching this DJ intro. I guess that's the best way to describe it. And yeah, this looks like a big event. Obviously, they're trying to hype it up before the show. Well, how many people we got on stream there on YouTube there, Steve? 70?
Let's see. We're up over 125,000 now.
Ooh, it's starting to build. Starting to build. So, really excited. We'll see what we got to go. What we're going to do in this pre-show for about the next 10 or 15 minutes here before the show starts is kind of go over the rumors and what our predictions are going to be for the show. Then we'll watch the show together. Obviously, you'll hear our on-tilt commentary, which is why you're tuning into this, of our reactions to what's going on. I'm sure there'll be some positive. I'm sure there'll be some negative. I'm sure there'll be some really ugly stuff. And then afterwards, we'll have a brief post-show and kind of wrap-up of our kind of how accurate we were with our predictions, any major positives, negatives, uglies, things of that nature. So you ready to get this started there, Steve?
Let's get it going.
All right, so the first rumor here as we're watching this digital crazy vibe thing going on in the background is the price.
It's lasers.
Yeah, 3D lasers. The price has been rumored anywhere between $199 and $449. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I definitely think it's going to be somewhere in the middle there. I think $449 would be a really poor choice considering they've lowered the price of the Xbox One recently and also the PlayStation.
So yeah, I mean obviously I think I agree with you. I think in order to stay competitive, they have to be at those prices or lower, in my opinion. The only reason that high number has been out there is that they might try to sell it as a dual type console and be like, oh, you're getting, you know, a handheld, you're getting a home system, and you're getting like a tablet at the same time, so it's worth the But I think that's going to be a really hard sell. Like I think when a you know, let's say a mom walks into Walmart, right, and she's looking at the PlayStation 4, she's looking at the Xbox One S, and she's looking at the Nintendo. If the Nintendo is double the cost or even higher, she's not going to look at it. You know, it's going to be at it or below.
The only way I can see them justifying something over $399 is if they bundled a bunch of games with it. But that's not how they usually do things, so...
Or accessories. You know, I could see them doing like an intro version and then having a collector's edition.
I'm guessing it's going to be like...
price.
I would guess there's going to be two models, and the lower end one's going to be like between $250 and $275, and then the higher end one will be about $50 to $75 more.
Okay, yeah, I think it's going to be ultimately in that $250 to $299 region, where they're going to try to have at least one model, like you said, that's like their standard version, right?
Right.
And then maybe they'll have a deluxe with an extra controller, an extra game, an extra SD card. We'll get into that when we talk to hardware. So that's the first rumor. The second one is obviously the launch date. Now, obviously, it's been confirmed for March, but March 1st, March 31st? Like, when do you think it's going to be? I think it's going to be towards the end of the month, personally. But,
Yeah, I think so as well. I think, especially where it's already mid-January and they haven't announced anything, I'm even surprised, you know, the end of March seems kind of soon to me, but...
Yeah, I mean, obviously, typically consoles, it's typically two launch dates that they look at. There's either on a Friday or it's on a Tuesday. So, you know, that would lead you to saying, if you were saying March, you know, if we talk the end of the month, it could be the 31st. It could be the 28th, 21st, 24th. You know, it could be any one of those dates. I'm leaning towards those last couple of weeks. I don't think it'll be before PAX because they've already confirmed. PAX East is the last show. I guess they're kind of exhibiting it, and to me that means showing it before it's released. So I don't think it's going to be anywhere before PAX weekend, which is the 10th, 11th, 12th. So I think the first date we could see is the 14th, 17th. 17th has been the strongest date people have been rumoring it about, but personally, I'd be shocked if it wasn't later in the month. But we'll see. We'll see.
Oh, but how interesting would it be if they released it the first week of March and it was available before PAX happened?
Or imagine if they released it on the Friday of PAX weekend.
And like you're walking around PAX with it.
Yeah, that would be cool. I mean, we'll see. We'll ultimately see. So apparently, I read an article today that the availability is rumored to be limited, meaning they're not going to have enough for the amount of demand there's going to be, which they did with the Wii. If you remember the Wii, it came out in November, and it took me till like February to get it because you couldn't find it anywhere. I'm not sure if you remember that there, Steve.
Was the Wii the one that had two colors, or was that the Wii U?
That was the Wii U. The Wii was the one
Oh, okay.
with the motion. The first one with the motion controls.
No, I know which they are. I was just trying to remember the releases because
Okay.
yeah, it was the Wii U that had the white and the black one. The black one was hard to find, but the white one you could find everywhere.
Well, the black one Nintendo typically does that. I think they try to drum up extra interest, but there seems to be enough interest in this console, and we'll see the reactions after the show, that they don't have to do that. But recently they did that with the Classic. There was enough interest there, and they still haven't come out with enough supply.
They just announced that they have free Wi-Fi at the presentation.
Ooh, excellent. Knock down their internet even more. So yeah,
I don't think those 10,000
I don't
people are
think
going to be able to jump on.
I don't think it would be a wise release to have limited. I mean, I'm obviously, based on this performance, going to pre-order mine. But, who knows what the availability is going to be. So.
Well, you don't have to worry. There will be less people because it won't be like a Christmas rush.
True. That's one smart thing, yes.
So it'll just be like Nintendo fans buying it, really.
Which is a good amount. I mean, look, apparently the Classic controller, they didn't do a pre-order for it, and people walked in, local GameStop had 3 of them, and it was sold out within a minute. But that was on sale. Typically, people aren't lining up the doors for pre-orders. Typically, you know what I mean? They usually like to wait to see the system come out and then they get it. Especially without it being Christmas season or even close to Christmas season now that we're going to the new year. So we'll see how that goes. So here we get into the nitty-gritty launch titles. So it's been rumored, obviously Zelda has been rumored for a while. Will it be a launch title? Will it not? There's been evidence to support both. A new Mario. I don't foresee having a new Mario as a launch title, but who knows? Pokemon, it could be a reprint of the new Pokemon Sun and Moon as a console version. Just port it over and basically add a few things or what have you. Skyrim, rumored to be re-released to be ported over there, but I don't think that's going to be a launch title, but who knows? What are your thoughts on this?
Well, I'm just very cautious about this whole thing just based on the fact that how bad they did with the Wii U, where they basically didn't launch almost anything with it, and it was a long, long time before anything significant came out for it. So
Yeah.
I really hope they've learned their lesson, and they have at least a handful of strong titles to come out at launch date.
Yeah. I mean, it's surprising.
Obviously, a new Zelda would be huge to get this thing kicked off right.
Yeah.
I think that more than anything. Obviously, a new Mario would be strong too.
Yeah. I mean,
they got
to show a strong lineup between now and Christmas of this coming year.
I think they have to have one of those two available day one.
Yeah.
For it to be successful.
Yeah.
Because we're even rolling it out 3 months later. I mean, that is going to it's going to have a slow start, and it's going to be a lot harder to build momentum up.
Yeah, exactly. Saying, oh, Zelda's coming in June. People are going to be like, what am I going to buy this the first day for, right?
Exactly.
You're going to have launch titles that people want. And it's so surprising because the 3DS is such a popular system, and they have a great lineup of games for that. I mean, they're constantly releasing great titles for that. And it's so amazing that does so well and their running console does so poorly. So hopefully they'll learn their lessons. And we'll
All
see.
right, we're coming up on 3 minutes before the
All right, so
presentation.
let's kind of wrap up our predictions here. Last predictions are obviously it's going to use cartridges. I know you're kind of feeling kind of.
No.
See, I think that's a good thing, but you're kind of saying, okay, we're not going to make any of the stuff we have previous backwards compatible.
This is what I think of when I hear cartridges.
Yeah. Well, I think it's going to be more like the DS cartridges, but we'll see. This. Are we going to have a hard drive? Are we going to have a hard drive? Is it going to use SD cards? It has that whole screen. What's the resolution of that screen? How much is the battery life going to be? Apparently it's supposed to have some USB-C charger that's supposed to be super, super fast. All these type of accessories. Like, I don't. What are your thoughts there? Anything that you think that's going to be something they're going to show off, or what?
I think they'll show off a bunch of accessories. I think that's going to be one of the big things they do show.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the controllers on the side. They'll show some kind of classic controller that will play with it. I think they have some kind of arcade style controller.
Yeah.
Maybe an add-on battery pack would be kind of cool. Kind of like you can get for your phone.
Yeah. That's something to switch out. Yeah, because if it's going to be on the go and at home,
Well, one of the things I read.
I'm interested to see what that's going to look like. How they are going to sell it for both.
Right. Is it going to be different kinds of charging, or what are the options there? Is it going to come with some kind of cell phone plan attachment where you can get, how some tablets you can get through Verizon? Is it going to have some kind of option like that? I mean, who knows?
Oh, you mean where you're not connected to Wi-Fi, but you can still get on using? That's
right.
Interesting. I wouldn't think that, but yeah.
I mean, it is going to be essentially a tablet. Okay, here we go. We'll get started.
I think so. What's up with this laser light show stuff?
We got over 250,000 people watching. What's your number say?
49, 48.
All right, you're way ahead of me. I'm going to switch to Twitch.
I'm at 35, 34.
You were a good 10 seconds ahead of me.
Okay.
So I'm switching over to Twitch.
So we got a red screen here now. It's saying 25, 24. So they're starting right on time. I thought they would. They're pretty good about this stuff. That's the one thing they do well is like their presentations. They're always on time, whereas like Microsoft and Sony are always like late. But here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna take off the pre-show. The camera's like moving. I'm getting like a seizure, like moving around with the camera.
How do I find this one?
Just type in Nintendo into the search bar.
Yeah, I don't get. There we go.
All right, here we go. Oh, there's some guy, Japanese guy.
Yep.
Hello,
Tatsushima Kasamishima.
I'm Tatsumi Kimishima from Nintendo. Thank you very much to all of you who have joined us here today. And thank you to everyone viewing the presentation live online.
We got the English dubbing.
Many people around the world watched the Nintendo Switch video we released in October of last year. And
Yes,
reacted
'cause I'm going to play it
quite
in the taxi.
positively to it.
What?
This video introduced the Nintendo Switch console,
They're showing the stock photos
Nintendo
that they
Switch
had
dock.
released 6 months ago.
Yeah, that's what I see right now.
Joy-Con grip,
Joy-Con grip, Joy-Con.
and two Joy-Con
right.
Pro
controllers,
controller.
as well as the Pro controller.
There's a Pro controller. Yeah, I'm like a second or two behind you.
Nintendo Switch
There's the flimsy back
is a
thing.
console that can be played while connected to your television, But
Yeah,
it is
that thing
also
looks-
a system you
that-
can
I don't
bring
know
with you
about
to
that
share
thing.
to
That
fun
thing's gonna
wherever you
snap
go.
off. You know.
Yeah,